I contacted Duffy's and I made sure that they had a full stock of Twisted Tea for the release show. We did. It was Twisted Tea Party, mama.
That is gonna be the first thing on your rider for sure.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
Welcome to Nerdlandia.
Welcome to Nerdlandia for another bonus episode. I talked with Carrier, a new Lincoln band made up of friends who just want to make music and get rubbed by Twisted Tea. All the members, Cam, Lauren, Matt, and Nate, joined me in the studio to talk about the band's beginnings and share their first single. And y'all, Carrier is a beautiful nebula of talent and friendship and hardcore music. The conversation we had is a bit chaotic, but so much fun, and just a heads up, there will be cursing. Thank you guys for joining me today. This is exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
How long has the band been around? I feel like this kind of just popped up.
Year ago, last summer, and I think it kind of started me, Nate, and then Matt. And we met together a few times. I used to play in a band with Nate, and I've known Matt for a really long time. And then we just started playing, and it was cool. And I was like, hey, I know one of my friends wants to sing. I think that we talked about doing some stuff together, and that's where Lauren came in, and then it just clicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And the previous project, you're talking about Salt Creek, right?
Yeah. I used to play in Salt Creek with Nate. So.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, I mean, this is pretty different though. How did you decide on your style and your approach?
I can kind of speak to that, I guess. So this is something that I've kind of had a project like this in mind forever, for 6-7 years. I've wanted to do kind of a hardcore project, but I've never been in a band before. And so I didn't really know how to start. And then these guys approached me and they're like, hey, you want to do this? And I kind of said, yeah, for sure. Thinking that, it would just kind of, I don't know how serious they were about it. And then all of a sudden they're like, cool, okay, we'll practice on Tuesday. And then it started happening. And so, yeah, it's been something that I personally have been really excited about for a long time. So it's finally just kind of coming to life, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play in a post-hardcore band 10 years ago called Lighthouses, and we did that for probably 5-6 years and toured a lot with that. And I really loved playing hardcore and doing that kind of stuff. And I think that's actually where I met Cam.
Yeah, that's how we met, because I met you guys because I did a video story interview with you guys, and then just became friends. And then I think I even filled in Salt Lighthouses for a couple months.
Yeah.
Well, when the bass player was gone. So
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I think playing in Salt Creek is obviously a ton of fun. I feel like doing this style is a little bit more chance to, I don't know what else to say other than cut loose a little bit more.
Yeah.
Get a little bit more wild with some of this stuff.
Hardcore, kind of punky stuff. I don't know. It's just there's always such a solid community, I guess, kind of around it. And like Nate said, just let loose. I mean, the shows, our first show already was just a blast. Yeah, that was another thing that I guess drew me to it initially. Is just hardcore shows are crazy. They're so fun.
Yeah, sure.
Lauren, you said this is a new experience for you, but you were fucking killing it. I can't wait to see you guys in person. So
I'm not kidding. For the last 7 years, every time I've been driving my vehicle, I've been daydreaming about I'd be like, if I would just be on stage, this is what I would do. I'm not kidding. And so there were some really intricate theatrics that I had kind of imagined in my head that, knowing what I know now, they were, I'm glad I did not move forward with those. I'm a fucking theater kid at heart. And so, I'm here for the performance, but it was everything I hoped for. We had a couple people stage diving, a couple people crowd surfing, the pit was just going. And so that was my I went into it going like, I don't care if I fuck up. Like, I mean, I do care if we fuck up, but like, I get that there's bound to be like some little slips.
Yeah.
But I was like, that won't disappoint me. Like, the only thing that will make me really bummed out is if we like play our whole set and everybody's just like totally standing there, just dead, no movement. Like, that would be the only thing like going into it that I was really like, that would be a bummer to me. And that didn't happen. So I feel really good about it.
Like within the first few seconds, people just started going wild. And I was like, this is cool. This is cool.
Coming together as a band, like, how's the experience of, I want to say like coagulating, but that sounds like weird, but like, you know, like meshing.
We gel, baby. We call
Yes.
It was, I
Love to
mean,
hear it.
I think the biggest thing when we did come together, I mean, we knew we wanted to kind of play like kind of some aggressive, like hardcore, like type stuff, but at the same time, we were like, we kind of wanted to be able to throw pretty much every idea at the wall and not like kind of choose one style of hardcore that we want to do or one style of really anything that we're kind of wanting to put ourselves in any sort of like box per se. And so it's been, I mean, really good just like getting together and somebody has an idea and we'll all just kind of talk about it. And we got our little whiteboard over in the side there that we kind of have just really been trying out anything and everything and like all the ideas and the
That is precious. The whiteboard.
The
I love
whiteboard.
that.
Oh, Matt's gonna get the whiteboard.
Okay. Yes, I want to see it.
It currently has an acrostic poem that I wrote the wrong fucking direction. Says, crazy, awesome, really, really incredible, elaborate raccoons.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so fucking cute. Ah, I love that. That's incredible.
I feel like once we got the whiteboard, we were a real band.
That was the whiteboard is our fifth member of the band.
Without the whiteboard, we were nothing.
Yeah, it's just like carrying the team.
Yeah. I tell the guys this all the time because I'm a fucking sap. But as I mentioned, I have not done this before. And like, I don't have any formal training as a musician. And all of these guys are so like good at what they do and they're so experienced and they've like done this, right? And so admittedly, I kind of came into it being like, okay, I'm going to like show up and they're going to be doing their thing and I'm just going to be sidelined until, you know, whatever. Or like, I was worried that would be the dynamic and like that could not be further from the truth. Like, I don't always know how to exactly articulate what I'm like looking for or wanting or like wanting to try out. And so I'll say some stupid, like, I don't know, as words that don't make sense. And they'll be like, oh yeah. I think I get what you're saying, you know, and then they'll start like playing some. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. And like, like Nate said, you know, like nothing's off the table. Like, they're willing to try anything. And like, it's never been a matter of like, we know better than you. Like, it's never been that. And especially as, not a man. So
yes. Oh, that's great to hear. I always love I don't know, just a supportive team. So way to go, guys, for being chill. So you have like one single out now. I want to hear about the background behind that.
So yeah, Different Skin is a song that I wrote at least the bones to, not knowing that it would become a song. But I wrote it following like a pretty brutal breakup. I was specifically like in the shower one night and I just like remember looking down and just kind of like seeing my body and just like having this weird kind of thought about how things just keep going. Like, you know, my body was changing, my life was changing, whatever. Like, it just fucking keeps charging on no matter what. And just like how, you know, we kind of grow out of people sometimes and how like a person can know you, you know, every inch of you and be part of your life every day. And then they are gone. And all of a sudden, like, yeah, life keeps going though. And like, you're looking down, you're like, fuck, I'm a new person now. And like, I'm in a different place. And that person doesn't even know the person I am now. You know, like it's like kind of like just reclaiming yourself after a shitty situation, I guess.
Yeah.
So-
That reminds me of I think I read a poem and I mean, this was a long time ago, but I specifically cited how long it takes for your skin cells to turn over.
Okay. This literally, I'm not fucking kidding. Sorry, I'm probably screaming into the mic. I got really excited. I'm not kidding. So, originally, I didn't write it as a song because at that point I wasn't in a band. And the part of it was they say it takes a person 7 years to completely your skin cells shed and you become a new person. And part of the poem that Different Skin came from was just how quickly we can shed it when we need to. How that 7 years is not going to take me 7 years. I've already got a different body now. And that's literally where the song came from. That's literally where the song Different Skin, Different Body. Yeah. So
It was one of the first songs we wrote as a band too.
it was the first song.
Yeah, it was the first one. I just sometimes I'll just come up with a riff and then try to go from there and see kind of where it takes us. Usually it's the intro riff, and then I'll turn to Matt or Nate or somebody for ideas on Nate's great with structure. He's really good at coming up with how a song will flow and stuff like that. So
really just Cam started playing something and it was just all right, let's fully latch on to this new thing and see what that can be.
Nate and I can lock in instantly and just do, just kind of flesh out whatever Cam brings. And then
I also feel too, sometimes you can hear a riff. So if I'm just playing something, or if you're playing something, you can hear it and be oh, that sounds cool. That's an idea that we should build on kind of too. I think that's kind of how it came about too. Just playing something, and then either Nate or Matt was just play that again. Keep playing that.
Yeah. And I think Cam had the part that he came in and the way that we kind of were throwing around ideas, where Cam had this foundation of what it could be, and Matt and I were kind of throwing over different things over the top of that if we would have went with one of the other things, the main guitar riff would have been the same, but the entire feel of the song would have been incredibly different. And so I think
also at one point we added a bunch of shit to it. We added two different parts or something, and I think you got in practice you guys played it that way for a couple weeks, and then a little bit later at the end of practice we were I think what if we cut those two parts, and then they played it and we're yeah, that sounds amazing, and we're wait a minute, that was how it fucking was to begin with. So, why did we even add that? Literally, we oh yeah, add all this shit, only to be 3 weeks later actually no.
Kind of our mantra from the beginning was can we make all of these songs shorter than 2 minutes? And so anytime we write a song and then we record it and oh, it's a little long.
That was why we originally tried adding stuff to Different Skin, was because I don't think we had quite embraced that yet. We were oh, this song is only 45 seconds. We gotta add to it. And then no, we don't. No, we're gonna get up, we're gonna play a 15-minute set, and we're gonna go drink Twisted Tea, and that'll be it. Yes. You didn't think I was gonna go the whole interview without mentioning Twisted Tea.
Almost got
our main goal as a band is to get sponsored by Twisted Tea. So
Okay. Well, we can try to manifest this excellence. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. How did you come up with the inspiration for the name?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. We went through a bunch of names. You go.
Okay.
Okay. So I said I've had this in my head for a long ass time, and I Carrier. It's been Carrier for years because I just think of this phrase always repeats in my head, you're gonna carry that with you. I carry that with me, just in one way or another. That fucking for whatever reason just rings in my head all the time.
Yes.
And so I just thought of Carrier, and then we looked, and it just so happens that there's 1.5 trillion fucking bands named Carrier. And so we started brainstorming other ideas, and we came up with some pretty cool ones, but then I think at the end of the day, we were all just we all like Carrier. We should just put NE behind it on Spotify. So it's Carrier, Nebraska, differentiate ourselves, gut instinct. That was it.
or
So
TX.
Oh yeah. We have this we have this ongoing joke. Anytime we practice, we'll be like, "We're Carrier from Denton, Texas," and so we're thinking Carrier TX, just to fuck with people.
Amazing.
Yeah. Also, it's funny though because Carrier is a trucking company, and so sometimes I'll be rolling down interstate and I'll see a semi pull up next to me with Carrier, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you for supporting us. That's some free advertising." What? So that's always
amazing.
like a silly, goofy thing to see, but no. They didn't actually name it after us.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to be Delulu, okay?
Yeah, Delulu.
So the 7 years reference we were talking about earlier is how long it takes for most of the cells in your body to regenerate, which is crazy to think about and also just makes for a badass song premise. I can't wait to see one of their shows. Also, they just dropped a demo with Different Skin and 2 other new songs. So go check that out. Follow their social pages to get updates on upcoming shows and new music. And that's all I got for this time. And see you next week for another new episode. Nerdlandia is hosted, produced, and edited by Emily Case Buskirk. Theme song and ending credit music by Keith West. Cover art by Ellen Stubbings. I know, so I guess this is like my nerd check, but when you say like you're gonna carry that weight, like all I can think of is Space Cowboy, or what is that called? Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah.
The anime.
Space Cowboy.
Oh.